Well, it depends on your own environment. Yes, any migration in our technology field, any migration is difficult. It's not easy. It's not going to be a cakewalk, right? So let me give two examples. Let's take one example. When I want to upgrade my database of e-business, I want to upgrade my Oracle e-business, and I also want to take it to OCI. Let's understand what challenges I face. The challenges are not from the fact that you're moving from on-premise to OCI. There's not much challenge in that because it's as is lift and shift. Few tweaks you have to do, but is as is. The challenges do come because you also want to do database upgrade and you also want to do e-business upgrade. Now, where are the challenges? The challenges are mainly in your customizations. Customization of forms, customization of reports, integrations, whatever custom code you have written. Because when you upgrade the database from 11G to 12C, 12C to 19C, there are certain functions are not going to work. There are certain things are not going to work. There are certain new ways 19C will ask you to work on that. But there is a systematic practice. There's a systematic method to do it. You run scripts like 𝐬𝐞𝐫𝐢 scripts to understand everything from your system. You build your scripts so that your code can be modified to certain extent to adjust to 19C database and the application version. You do all those things. Now this takes something like 30% of your project time. 20% of project time is your architecture on OCI and lift and shift. 30 plus 20, 50. Now balance 50, understand where you should utilize. Balance 50 you need to utilize for absolutely rigorous testing of your system when you upgrade the database, upgrade the application and move it to cloud. See, as I told you, cloud is not going to create any issue for you, and you may not even require much testing because it's going to run as is. But if you are upgrading the database, if you are upgrading the e-business, then testing is absolutely necessary. So I would suggest 50% of your project time you should spend on doing the rigorous testing from the business users. There's not much technology testing required, but there's absolutely rigorous testing. So test all your reports again. Keep on testing your integration. Keep on testing your customization. Keep on testing about data validation. And typically what we do at Clover, we have something like a multi-iteration migration method. So we have typically like 3 iterations for any migration. And in every iteration, we increase the testing and we see that how we can reduce the time for the go live. So if the go live is likely to take something like 48 hours, I'm just giving an example. In next iteration, can I do it in 10 hours less, 38 hours? Following iteration, can I do it in 24 hours? And while going to production, can I do it in something like 12 hours? So the whole aim of testing and do a multi-iteration method is you focus a lot on testing, especially from the business users, and ensure that your downtime can be reduced. And here the participation of customers, business users is absolutely mandatory. Absolutely mandatory. I mean, you can't leave that option to your system integrator that you test it, deploy it, and then we will run. No, it will not happen. Second thing is that sometimes customer take approach, okay, we will migrate it, we will take it to UAT and we will run it, and then as and when the issue starts coming, we'll start fixing it. No, that's not the way you do. You run the scripts, you understand what are the changes you need to do, you make the changes in totality, give it to business user to do the testing, complete testing, let them start doing the complete testing, let them complete it and take it to the next iteration. So in short, if you're moving e-business to OCI on-premise and you're doing upgrades, as I told you, 30% focus on retrofitting your customizations, integrations, 20% is your lift and shift, and 50% is your time for the testing. Now this is for the OCI. The Fusion, the SaaS, modules anyway is a re-implementation, right? You really need to spend 50% of your time in actually what we call as a business study, assessment, what features you're going to have it, how those features will be implemented. Because architecture-wise is different, the way it works is different, and this is the best chance your finance office, your supply chain office gets involved with you and see those features and do it. What we suggest to our customers is that when you decide to go for SaaS or Fusion implementation, do not start your implementation after your Fusion instance is activated, because it's going to take time. Spend at least 3 to 4 months before your Fusion instance gets activated. Do all the study what you require, feature-wise, function-wise, and this is where SI comes into picture. Like in Clover, we have our partner instance. We have invested in partner instance, and we use that partner instance during our implementation to see that what changes are required. We give the demos and all those things, so that when the customers is very clear about what they need, what features are required and all that, they activate their SaaS. Then you have the next process to create your chart accounts, to migrate the data, all those things. So I would say 50% time of the project you should spend in defining the process, because there is no customization available. You have to redefine the process, and sometimes your finance wants to modernize the process, because when you had implemented e-business, say 5-6 years back, your business was different. Now the business is different. So your maybe finance office wants to rechange, or they want to change, or they want to modernize the process. This is the best time. Do that. So 50% time is for that. 20% time is to doing the configuration on the system, because that's very straightforward. Once everything is finalized, documented, there are standard documents available. Take a sign off from the end user, then the configuration starts. During configuration, you configure, show it to customer, configure, show it to your business users. So that's 20%. So 50 plus 20, 70. And against balance 30 is your testing. So the second option, which is a SaaS Fusion application, you have 50% of the business process study, finalization and documentation, 20% configuration, and balance 30% in your testing and all that. So if you follow this, no migration will fail. In Clover's history, not a single migration failed. And things have become much more stable, simple from Oracle's perspective also. So I think if you follow this process, if you have a right partner with you who can take you along with you, and participation of the business users, because your business user, they know your business so well. No system integrator, no top consulting company in the world would know that. So rely on your own business users completely and involve them into this project to make it successful.